Well, hello and welcome to my channel of Java Noobs. My name is Sharath and you are viewing my Java video tutorial series. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I would suggest you to see it first, and below is the link. Well, in my previous tutorial videos, I've taught you about some theoretical stuff. From now on, things get a little serious. The concepts which I'm gonna start now, you will actually have to understand them, or else you'll have trouble to understand my later videos. The next question what I'll be doing in Java Basics Part 1 will be question number 7. What is an object and what is a class? Firstly, I have to mention that a class and an object, they are interrelated. I will explain about object first. An object is an instance of a class. This is a standard definition you can find everywhere in every book, in every website. An object represents real world entities with certain characteristics such as state, behavior and identity. An object can be represented as any real world entity. Okay, it can be a book, a pen, a car, a jeep, an account, anything. So that's the beauty of objects in Java. It represents real world entities. This makes life much easier for programmers. These objects have certain characteristics such as state, behavior and identity, wherein state represents data or the value of an object, and behavior represents the functionality of an object, and the example of behavior is deposit or withdraw, etc. And an identity, now every object is designated with a unique ID by the JVM, and this ID can only be recognized by JVM. So whenever we create an object, the JVM assigns an address to every object, and this address is unique and is unique for every object. So these are the three key characteristics which you will have to remember. So if anybody asks you what is an object, you just tell them that object is an instance of a class. That is the first point. An object represents real world entities with certain characteristics such as state, behavior and identity. Now, to make things easy for you, I have a diagram here. There are three entities here: state, behavior and identity. These are the characteristics which are enclosed inside an object. Okay, and objects represent real world entities like a bike, car, a house and anything. It can be anything. There are about three ways of creating an object. There are several ways of creating an object, but these three ways of creating an object are very commonly used. Say for example, you're having a class called as myDog. This is the syntax you have to follow to create an object inside a class. So an object is always created inside a class. Okay, so here are the terminologies for every word here, and it's explained here. First of all, to create an object, you have to write the syntax: myDog mdog is equal to new myDog with a constructor. If you're not following what a constructor is, don't worry about that. Just be watching the tutorial. As and when we progress, you will get to know things. Now, myDog is the object reference. Okay, so myDog is an object reference. mdog is reference variable or the name of the object. So this name can be anything. Alright, but this has to be the name of the class. New is a keyword in Java, and myDog is with these brackets are known as constructors. So this is the first way of creating an object, and the second way of creating an object is to write this syntax down, that is string myString, new string, and inside the brackets you have welcome to Java Noobs. So whenever you write any string here, it will get initialized with the object name, that is myString. So this myString reference variable will contain this particular string. Now the same thing can be written in another way, that is the third way. and you have to write string, my string is equal to I see, I remember. That's it. No need of using new string. You can just quotation marks I see, I remember, or any string which you like. Okay, so these are the three ways of creating an object. Now what I'll do is I will explain what a class is, and as soon as I explain what a class is, I will use an IDE, that is an integrated development environment, to write Java programs called as Eclipse. Now in Eclipse I'll just give you a demonstration as to how to create objects in all these three ways. The next thing is, what is a class? A class is a blueprint of an object, and this is the standard definition you can find in any book or any website. An alternate definition is, we can say a class is a software blueprint of an object which is used to instantiate many individual objects. A class basically is used to create many individual objects. A class consists of attributes and methods. Now in a class, whatever you write, all the data, the attributes, the methods, all of these combined together will be collectively known as a class. If anybody asks you what a class is, you just tell them that a class is a blueprint of an object, or it is a software blueprint of an object used to instantiate many individual objects, and a class consists of attributes and methods. Now to remember this, there is a diagram here. Okay, you can see that this circle represents a class. Now inside this class there are attributes plus methods. This is the way to remember what an object is and what a class is. Now I will be showing you a demonstration, an example, a real world example in Eclipse as to how to create objects. Okay, now this is called the Eclipse IDE, or an integrated development environment. Now by using the IDE, things will be very easy for developers. Rather than writing a program in a text file and saving it as java.java and then trying to compile the program first and then run it, instead of that you can just go here, right click, or you can go to file, click on new Java project and name the project whatever you desire, and I will be naming it as a_a object class demo. Here in the SRC, just right click on it and create a new package. Type in whatever you desire. In my case I'm typing org.javanoobs and just hit on finish. Now again, if you can notice, see there is a package called as org.javanoobs. Now right click on that and create a class. Now I will be naming this class as object class demo. And just look at this, how beautifully this IDE Eclipse has created a class inside a package called as org.javanoobs. In Java, whenever you type two forward slashes, it means that you're commenting something, so these lines will not get executed. After the forward slash, I'll just type in name of the class. It's always better to leave comments, because it'll be easier for you to understand your code when you look back at it after a few days. So now inside the class I will be writing the standard syntax, a main method. So it will be public static void main. Inside this main bracket you will have string args, args, and if you don't understand what public static void main string args is, don't worry. For the time being, just understand that you need a main method to execute any Java program. I've just written a main method. Now inside this I will be creating an object. There are three ways. First way is, and if you can notice, I've used forward slashes, so that particular line will not get executed. Object reference will be object class demo, and you can name the object as anything you wish to. So I'll be naming it as OC demo is equal to new is the keyword in Java, object class demo, and this will be the constructor. This is the first way of creating an object. And the second way of creating an object is type in string. Notice that string, the first letter S has to be an uppercase letter. String my string is equal to new string, pair of brackets, and inside the bracket you can type in any string you want. Welcome to Java Noobs. This is the second way of creating an object. And the third way of creating an object is type in string with a uppercase S, my string. I'll just name this as my string 2, okay, because we have already used the word my string, so I'll make it as my string 2. Just put in quotations, type in anything. I see, just type in system.out.println, and inside this you can put the name of the object. OC demo is the first object what I've created. System.out.println. Here I'll put the name of the second object, string, and system.out.println the third object, my string 2. Now it's very easy to run a program in Eclipse IDE. Now just go to this tab here called as run, or just click on the first link, and there you go. If you can see, the output is clear. Welcome to Java Noobs, I see, I remember. But the first object, that is OC demo, is not representing any value. It is just showing the address of the object. If you just recollect what I told you in the beginning of the video, I told you that every object will have state, behavior, and identity. Now I also told you that identity means it is a unique identification number to store the objects in the memory. So this numbers, what you can see, is the unique ID of the object OC demo. Okay, now since we haven't initialized this object, or we haven't declared any value for this object, that's the reason you're getting only the address, because nothing is actually there in the memory of OC demo object. So what I'll do is I'll quickly create an instance variable. So I'll call this string s equals Java Noobs. This is an instance variable. Here you just have to type in, it will be plus c dot s, and yeah, there we go. So just type in OC demo, that is the name of the object, dot s. And to be a little creative, I'm using a built-in function called s dot length. Alright, it will automatically count the number of letters here, and it will print to the console. Again, running this program, go to run and just click on run, and look at this. 9, welcome to Java Noobs, I see, I remember. So there are 3 objects which I have created here. If you can see the number 9, it's the number of letters here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this simple example, I've demonstrated what a class is and what to write inside of a class, and how to create an object, and how to create an object in 3 different ways. This is what I've showed you in this demo. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching my videos, and please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.